your movie review for Kingsman: The Secret Service. Kingsman has in it Colin Firth, Michael Caine, and Samuel L. Jackson. And then it's got other people in there too that actually give really good performances. I just can't remember their names and I can't pronounce their names. So anyway, it's sort of like a James Bondy type movie. So just to get the parents' guide out of the way, I actually watched the edited version of this movie and didn't realize it. If you do get the edited version, just know ahead of time that they still kept in the language. I don't know how much of the language, but I know there was a lot of strong language. There was a lot of F-bombs and things of that nature. And there are a few scenes, you know, the boyfriend is going to sleep with the girlfriend, so like you'll get it, but I don't know how much kids would get it depending on their age, so that might still be okay. And then, like I said, the language is really strong. There was no drugs or anything like that. There's obviously a lot of violence because it's a James Bondy type movie. Other than that, I didn't see anything that was too put off. The movie's like 2 hours and 8 minutes long. I thought that Kingsman was a comedy. I thought it was more of like a James Bondy spoof type movie. I don't know. I'm not sure why I thought that it was a comedy, but I did. Okay, so basically what this movie is about is like, it's the secret spy agency, and Colin Firth, of course, is a part of it, and Michael Caine is like the lead of it, I believe. And so this guy, like in the very beginning, he dies, and so Colin Firth feels responsible for his wife and his son Eggsy. And then when Eggsy becomes of age, he tries to bring him in to become a Kingsman. And so you follow along like his training and stuff like that, which was pretty interesting. It was pretty neat. It was one of those things where you watch something and you're like, no, it's going to be the other thing. Don't do that way. And then they do it like another way, and you're like, oh, you should have done it that way. Which I know doesn't really explain anything, but yeah. Okay, so anyway, and then Samuel L. Jackson, well, I don't want to give away the movie, but Samuel L. Jackson is obviously in it. And Eggsy is like a bad boy. He's not really the type that particularly wants to be a Kingsman, but then of course as like his training and stuff goes on, like he decides that he does want to be a Kingsman and that it looks interesting and stuff. And then also there is, because it's like a James Bondy type movie, there's a bad guy, and there's like this whole plot to you know, destroy the world and all this stuff, but they put a nice little twist on it that I liked. It was so good. It really was. I don't think that it was funny, but it was really entertaining, and it was one of those jerk and jump type movies. So if you can check it out at Redbox, go ahead. Now, is this a movie that you want to buy? Usually I'm like, well, if you can find it for $5. That being said, this movie is at Redbox right now, so I mean, if you can check it out for $1.50, like, go do it for sure. Usually you can't go wrong with $1.50. I actually enjoyed this movie, even though it wasn't a comedy like I expected. I think I did laugh a few times though, in fact. Some of it was because it was so incredibly ridiculous, like the pseudo physics that they like to put in there. Sometimes just makes me giggle. But as long as you just let yourself go ahead and get into it, then you'll be fine with that. You know, James Bond did it too with the steel teeth that broke the cable, which obviously could never happen. And this movie kind of touches in on that too, in that kind of genre type fashion, which is awesome, and I actually enjoy it. So would you want to spend $5 on this movie? Honestly, I think that's up to you. If you're the type that would watch movies like this over and over and over and over, then go for it. I personally am still on the fence over whether or not I want to spend $5 on a movie. I don't typically watch action movies too much, and I do make the mistake often of buying them a lot, and then I don't really watch them. So I think that's really up to you if you would like to buy it, if it's, you know, $5 or whatever. I will, however, say $25. I wouldn't buy this for $25. But, you know, that's just personal preference. I've got Spider-Man, but I wouldn't have bought it for $25. And honestly, I only have Spider-Man because my daughter likes it. So we're not going to put that in. Honestly, that's personal preference. If you're the type that, you know, you'll watch a bunch of, it totally just looked like I scratched my ass. Honestly, that's personal preference. If you're the type that would watch, get the damn line out! Honestly, that's personal preference. If you're the type that would watch an action movie over and over again, then go for it. I just personally, I don't really watch too many of them, and when I do, I kind of have like select favorites that I like to watch. But that being said, I really enjoyed this movie, even though it wasn't a comedy and I was expecting a comedy. Once I kind of, you know, got out of that and went ahead, I'm a flower. Once I kind of got out of that and I went ahead and, you know, allowed myself to watch it. It was actually a really good movie. I enjoyed it quite a bit. And the character, the guy that plays Eggsy, I can't pronounce his name, he was really, really fun to watch. Just his character development, and I thought, you know, I think he's got a bright future, which probably sounds stupid because I bet he's been all over everything and I just haven't seen him yet. So anyway, I'm going to give this movie 1 thumb up because I don't like action movies. I'll give this movie a thumb up. And that being said, the council has spoken! Bye, kids!